اسمح لي حتى أكون قادر على التعبير عن نفسي بالسؤال الموجه لأخي وعزيزي الدكتور ناصر. أنا اللي فهمت منه أنه جائحة كورونا وما خلفته من آثار ستترك آثار واضحة على النظام العالمي وعلى عديد من الدول، ولكن لن يكون في ذلك أي مصلحة باتجاه القضية الفلسطينية، بالتحديد إدارة ترامب لن تغير من مواقفها تجاه القضية الفلسطينية، بدليل أنه الاتفاق الأخير اللي جرى لدى سلطة الاحتلال وإنشاء حكومة الطوارئ أو الحكومة الجديدة أدرجت في طياتها أنه سياسة الضم والتي ستنفذ في بداية تموز، وهذا يعطي مؤشر أنه بالرغم من حجم وهول ما ستخلفه هذه الجائحة، إلا أن السياسة الأمريكية وكذلك سلطة الاحتلال في اتجاه القضية الفلسطينية لن يجري عليها تغيير. بالمقابل سؤالي لدكتورنا العزيز دكتور ناصر، ما هي الخطوات العملية اللي القيادة الفلسطينية والفصائل الفلسطينية ستعمل عليها؟ أولا، هل نحن قادرين على توقيف هذا الضم؟ وهل لدينا خطة استراتيجية للتعامل من وقف هذا الضم، مع الأخذ بعين الاعتبار أن بعدنا العربي للأسف فقدنا العديد منه، وهنالك عدد من الدول العربية اللي مؤيدة لصفقة القرن، وأيضا التعاطف الدولي معنا في هذه المراحل قل. وبالتالي هل سلطتنا الوطنية وفصائلنا الفلسطينية قادرة على أن تواجه هذا الضم وأن تمنع هذا الضم؟
دكتور ناصر.
Ibrahim, you want to give translation or?
I sent Jake a note saying that basically the bottom line is that Abu Tariq Ahmed Sayyad is asking a specific question on the Palestinian.
Okay, so he knows now. He is in the loop.
I sent him a message on chat, Jake.
Okay, so let me try to respond. First, I did say that we can expect changes in the world, but we don't know how far the changes will go, because we don't know when the whole world will start his journey back to normal life. So the longer it takes, more agony we suffer, the deeper the changes, I think, and vice versa. And some of these changes will be beneficial for the Palestinian people if the Palestinian people would be smart to know how to use them. That's the first point. The second point, yes, indeed, I did say that whatever happens, the Trump administration is not going to change its policy, its negative policy, crazy policy towards the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, because simply this is not a politically driven policy. This is an ideologically driven policy. I mean, this is the policy of extreme evangelical groups and extreme Israeli right, settlers and alike. So there is no way that there is some kind of change in these ideological positions and ideological views. Third point, can we actually confront the potential annexation. And can we defeat it? I believe that the answer is in the affirmative. Yes, we can. We can because we have very solid, just case, because international law is very clear, because the international community also is very clear in this regard, and because the Israeli situation is not that great, etc., etc. Now we have many elements that play in our favor, including Arabs. Ahmad Sayyad said that some of these Arab states might be even against us in a way, supportive in a way of the Trump vision, maybe, but I always have some explanation for this. And more importantly, I believe it always depends on the Palestinian side. If we do what we have to do, it will become much more difficult for any Arab, even those who don't want to support us, not to do that. So it's us, first and foremost, it's us and what we should do. Now, do we have an official strategy? And this is not gossip. I mean, it pains me to say, no, we don't. But in theory, is there possible strategy to confront that and to win? I think yes, there is. I gave an example, for instance, about that letter that was sent to Netanyahu and Gantz and some leaders threatening breakout of violence. Okay, fine, but this is not politics. I mean, what's the strategy? What do you want? I think that the Palestinian position in this regard should be one that clearly says any attempt of annexation of any territory, however small it might be, will constitute an Israeli formal announcement of ending negotiated settlement. Not we end negotiated settlement, but the action will constitute a formal announcement, formal declaration of ending the negotiated settlement. Nevertheless, we remain committed to our national goals, national independence of the state of Palestine on 1967 borders with Israel. We should call on states around the world to support the Palestinian quest for achieving that goals outside negotiated settlement, without negotiated settlement. I'm not talking about dissolving the authority. I'm not talking about anything such nonsense, such stupidity. If the Israelis want to destroy it, they can do that, but we will not volunteer this kind of stupid action. Now, the meaning of that for states can be found in many actions. They can use bilateral and multilateral treaties to pressure the Israelis. They can take much more serious actions against settlement colonialism, taking the labeling step, for instance, for much more forward. They can recognize the state of Palestine, thus creating irreversible political facts for themselves, not as a reward for the Palestinian side, and many other things as well. So imagine with me, if we say that, and we make it clear to the world that we mean it, and that the states, some states, let's say European states, take it seriously and inform the Israelis that if you annex, we will do 1, 2, 3. I think the Israelis will think of that a lot before they take this kind of action. Second, we all know that there is this idea of the Palestinians coming up with alternative vision. I think that the Palestinians will not be able to do that, and there is no time now to get into why. But if this is true, we need to encourage a third party, a group of states, like-minded, let's say some Europeans with some Arabs, maybe the UN, to put together an alternative vision and then after that invite the United States for discussion. This group of states could become themselves the mechanism, probably the Quartet Plus. And I dare to say that this kind of alternative vision is one that is based on international law and international rules, agreed upon rules for the solution, but at the same time, one that opens some windows, provide for some leeways for attempts to bridge what we believe in and what this administration is talking about. So no giving up on any principles, but nevertheless, innovative thinking with regard to how to do things and the methodology of something like that. That in itself is very difficult, but if we push seriously, it's something that can be together. I can assure you that you will not see annexation in the near future. But we need to be very serious. And I agree with what Jake said, his recommendation, that we need also to focus on our internal affairs. This situation of Gaza is impossible to continue. It's immoral, it's impractical, it's stupid, it's self-defeating. I mean, you can think of all negative connotation for this kind of lack of policy vis-a-vis Gaza. It has to end. We need to achieve reconciliation and reunification geographically and politically. We need to revisit all the administration. We need to achieve much better governance than what we have now. And I can speak in length about the situation, including with regard to Corona, in spite of the appreciation of some good steps taken, but nevertheless, we are far behind. I mean, you don't believe the clumsiness of the Palestinian practice. So we need to do all this. And when we do this, you command respect. You command respect, regional respect, and you command international respect as well. And you go to be a real player that can say yes and no and can makes a difference. It's not easy, especially that all this is largely, and what's the value of a personal opinion. But hopefully, this might gain some support and some strength, and maybe at some point we can reach some kind of broad consensus or broad agreement on the way forward and what to do. And I'm sure that there are other good ideas as well, but we need to debate. We need to have respect to each other, and we need to make sure that we take the necessary decisions and go for them as we should. Thank you. I'm sorry that that was long, but